If you could live green, would you? I'm Nick Fedorov, host of Things Green, where we introduce nuggets of green lifestyle from gardening, upcycling, answering your questions, sustainability, even discussing environmental issues. You can become more confident in making the right decisions for you and your family. So come along as we are Things Green. So needless to say, Southern California's fire season is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week now, isn't it?
Yeah, the beautiful Southern California.
Yeah. When it's not on fire.
When it's not on fire.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
and, which really gets me to thinking, when you come to your nursery over here, you've got tropical plants galore.
Yeah.
And as I was patiently waiting for you to come to work today, I had the opportunity to walk around and see what's going on. And it amazed me how many plants you have here that actually are plants that are drought tolerant, but at the same time, they have a lot of moisture to them.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we have to look for when it comes to plants and putting buffers within our homes, so that we have less of a chance of our house going up in smoke. Now, the thing of it is, there is no way, you're not going to beat me with that, are you?
This is one of those plants.
That is one of those plants.
And we Mexicans, we like to eat this. This is.
You're going to eat that?
Well, not this particular one. This is ready to be planted, but when they have new shoots, new babies, new leaves, I don't know what you call it. Those tender ones are the ones that are cooked. And they're delicious.
So wait a minute, that's the prickly pear, isn't it?
That is.
So you get the pear as well.
Exactly. So you can use it to decorate your garden. You can use it to have food, because you can cook the leaves, and you can also wait to get the fruit, the pear. So
okay.
So on top of that.
So here's the issue with this particular plant. With most cacti, they happen to have little spines on them. Now, if you were to take and you were to touch these things, especially on the fruit itself, be prepared to cry like a little child, because that's what I've done in the past. You just touch it like that. Oh my goodness.
Very sharp.
Yeah, very sharp, very sharp. And am I correct in thinking that what they do on a commercial level is that they burn them off?
Some places they burn them off. Some places they just use paper and then kind of wash off the little hairs, is what they call it, and that's how they eat it. And some people don't really care if they get some when they're cleaning it.
Okay, then you call this nopales.
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 Yes. Nopales.
Okay. Now this stuff right here, I've actually seen in the hills and in the mountains growing. I've seen people literally scaling these hills and mountains to get to this.
Yes.
So it is a plant that is that has value to it.
Yes, they're growing it commercially in China. China is growing it commercially because they're exporting it to the U.S.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they grow it in masses. It's so easy to grow. I think every house should have one. This is another one here.
Okay, so what do we have here?
This is the aloe vera.
Okay, and both these are the same?
This is aloe vera, and this is aloe weekensii. So there's a difference between aloe vera and aloe weekensii. There's so many species of aloes. A lot of people call it aloe vera to any aloe, but no, aloe vera, it's only one. The genus aloe, the species vera. Genus aloe, species weekensii, and there's hundreds and varieties nowadays.
So obviously this one is much more upright.
And that's more ornamental.
And it's coming out like this. So more ornamental.
More ornamental.
Now when you end up cutting this and cutting it open, you're going to get a very stinky gelatinous material. And I've seen people use it for like burns.
When you get mosquito bites,
Yeah.
This is the best thing, right, Alexis?
Really?
When you get bit by a mosquito and you just rub the gel on top of the affected area, it stops the itchiness right away, like right away. And of course, for people that get burned, this is such an amazing plant.
No, you're not going to say, oh, he sacrificed it for us.
And another
I can't
thing,
believe he did that.
Another beautiful thing is this is a great disinfectant for tools. So every time I use my tools, I use aloe vera. There's many ways to use the aloe vera, so I already disinfected it.
Really?
And you can use it also if you're pruning a tree, and instead of using a sealant, you can just use the gel of the aloe vera, and it seals it, and it disinfects it from
So last season, you had teased me with a bunch of fruit tasting over there. This is what you were using, wasn't it?
Yes.
To do that.
Yes.
Okay, so this stuff is real. Like I said, it's gelatinous. It's yucky, and people will actually. You can buy this in the store, and they drink it.
Yes.
Yeah. So it must have some kind of medicinal values to it.
If you Google it, you're gonna find a lot of information about it.
Yeah.
I just don't like to get into details.
Yeah. I get that.
But yeah, there's so much information about the aloe vera.
Can you use it as a preventative for? I mean, that right there, this is cleaning it.
Yeah, I already cleaned it. So now I'm ready to use it. And another wonderful thing about it is that you can use it as a rooting hormone.
No.
So I've used a lot of aloe vera to root some cuttings.
Can you use any variety for that?
As far as I know, we only use aloe vera.
Aloe vera.
We never tried the other varieties. I guess it'd be nice to try. That's just nice and
look at that.
Deliciously fat.
Okay, so if I was to taste that, my beard's not going to fall off?
Maybe it'll turn black.
Rub it on myself. All right, we're going to try this here. I'm going to see.
It's a little bitter.
It's a lot bitter. Mm-hmm. It's a lot bitter.
But you have to clean it. There's a way to clean it, and how you do it, it's basically to use it as a medicinal thing. You just do this, and take the skin off, and you put it in the refrigerator. You got to put it in the refrigerator for a night or so. Mm-hmm. So the scent, that strong scent, will go away. And then you can use it. So yeah, there's many ways to use the aloe vera, and other plants too. There's a video off on internet about the aloe arborescens, which is the torch aloe, and they're using it to make this special drink, supposedly for people that are sick.
So extremely popular plant, extremely high in moisture,
and very easy to grow.
And sometimes they start dying back. Do you have to worry about this dying?
When this happens, it's because it hasn't been watered properly. So it's using its own water, its own juice to keep the plant alive. So when people say you don't have to water the succulents ever, this is what happens. They still grow. There's new fronds or leaves growing on top, but it's sacrificing the older. It's sacrificing the older leaves so the new ones can live. And it's amazing what nature does. And
okay, so
this is a little bit more pokey than this other one. This I can grab with my bare hands.
Oh,
this it's a little bit
harder to do that. They kind of look like alligator teeth or something that are on there.
Yes.
Okay, now here's a plant we don't want to be poking around,
no.
And we have to be careful with. This right here is a what we call a
Euphorbia
pencil.
sticks on fire.
Yeah.
Euphorbia tyracoli or.
So yeah, and the common name pencil plant, and the reason why they call it a pencil is because it looks like a pencil, each one. Now there's a reason why we have to be careful with this, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got a lot of sap, so I don't know.
May I?
Yeah, please. Okay. Just
So
be careful. Don't get it in your skin.
Let's do a bigger one here.
You want to use the
let's use the
knife.
So look what that is. So if you are familiar with the poinsettia plant, you know those beautiful ones that we get usually during Christmas time.
Yeah.
This right here, this plant and a poinsettia are in the same family. They're both euphorbias. And the toxicity level over here, you have to really be careful with this, because if you do get this on your skin, it's possible that that's going to hurt you.
It's gonna burn.
Now, and it'll burn.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty fortunate. I grow this plant, and
So you're familiar
so far, I haven't any problems with it.
If you are working with this plant, please wear gloves and wear eye protection.
Yeah.
One of my guys was pruning the plant outside, and it sprinkled a little bit in his eye, and it was absolutely painful.
Yeah, no,
so it's very, very painful. You know, like you said, I'm used to work with them, so if it gets in my skin, it doesn't bother me. It's just a little bit of itchiness, but I work here every day. I've been doing this for 20 years, so I guess I develop a thick skin.
Yeah,
thick skin.
And you have to worry about that because, you know, if I was to rub against like anything in the juniper family, I will break out like crazy.
Oh, really? So
but something like this,
No.
for me, it's okay. So I don't want you to do what I did. That was just for example purposes and et cetera, et
So
cetera.
just a beautiful plant. It grows big. There's 2 plants outside on the gate. Those plants have been planted there for about 8 years. And that's our mother plant. We keep getting clippings from that plant. And it's amazing how much it's used in the landscape nowadays.
Now, some of these varieties with the new growth, they are just deep, vibrant red.
Yes, usually when it's colder.
And what's colder?
Yeah, when it's colder. When it's colder, a lot of succulents change their color in the winter. So I guess the cold activates one of their enzymes, and it turns them a little darker. So there's a lot of succulents here.
Yeah, you got a bunch of succulents happening. All right, what do we got here? This is, wait a minute, wait. This is like an upright.
Shrek's ear.
That's Shrek's ear, look at that. It's got a little, that's ridiculous. It is Shrek's ear. How'd you do that? Each one of them is like that.
Yep.
So I would imagine that nature has taken this particular plant then, and
I don't know if it's just to trap moisture.
Moisture goes inside and gets caught inside.
It does something. So it's not to trap the insects, but to trap moisture.
So what are we calling this one?
It's just an Shrek ear succulent. I don't really have the botanical name, to be honest with you. There's so many succulents that I have here that I don't have botanical names. We buy from several different companies. Sometimes we buy them in 4-inch containers, and we put them in bigger containers, but they just sell it as mixed succulents. So I don't have the botanical name. Of course, if I look it up, I'll find out.
So how big is this one get?
It gets about 3 feet overall, high and wide.
So almost
and it grows slow.
Almost like a jade plant.
Almost like a jade plant, but it grows slower. The jade plant grows very, very fast.
Yeah.
And this one here is called Moneymaker.
Moneymaker? Now, why would this be Moneymaker?
Because it has so many branches, and you can just plant each tip into a container. So imagine how many plants I can get out of this.
Wow.
I could get like 15 plants. If I were to sell it for $2 each, that's $30. That's why it's called Moneymaker.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Now, in my travels over here, I noticed that we had a whole bunch of other plants that are kind of hanging out at the nursery. And just out of curiosity,
here's another one.
This is what?
This is a very cool plant. It's in the succulent family, but
was that right?
Smell it.
What's it smell like? You always do this to me. It's not a mint.
No. Well, actually, it's called Mexican mint. Believe it or not.
It is?
Yes. So it's a they call it oregano. They call it Cuban oregano or Mexican mint, or in Spanish they say orejon. That means a big ears.
Orejon.
Yeah, oregano, orejon.
Okay, so
and it's very, it's a fast-growing succulent, and at the same time it's an herb that you can use for cooking.
Is it edible?
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Serio?
It's strong.
Right. Okay, we're going to try this.
Oh, we're going to make you eat a lot of stuff today. It's strong.
A lot better than that. Better than that aloe, I'll tell you that much.
Now, here's another one that it's kind of in the same family. Hispanic people call this insulina. You can imagine why. And this, you can just eat it. Just like that. Right. Get the newer.
The new ones?
Yeah, to eat it.
A little bit bitter if there was the old
No,
ones.
it's this one, it's tastier. You can appreciate the flavor better.
He scares me sometimes.
Nick. You're a vegetarian, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this would be a great addition to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Okay. You can put that in a salad.
They call it longevity spinach.
Oh.
Yeah. So And
Is
this,
that a big bush?
it can get probably 4 feet in width. It's not so much out high, but more like wide. And here's another one. This is a very cool plant. I think it's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, you notice what he did there before he gave it to me? He squeezed it first.
Yep.
So you're releasing the oils and the essence. huh?
Absolutely, yes.
Do I have to smell it first?
Mm-hmm. No, you just smell it. Just smell it. I don't think you want to eat that.
No.
No, it's very strong. Unless
What am I
you
smelling? It's a mint.
Vicks Vapor Rub.
Oh, is that? I was about to pop that in my mouth. Oh.
But see, those are cool plants to have in the garden because, well, if you have congested chest, just
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
And it's all natural.
Yeah, it's so natural.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now.
I sometimes
you know
I
what
put
I
it
do?
inside my shirt. So I
Well,
can,
oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You know what I like to do sometimes? I'll take certain plants that have a lot of essence to them, and because of the brush that I carry with me all the time, I'll take and I'll rub it like this.
oh,
And then I have the stench with me the whole time. You know, it's just
because
just
you take
beautiful.
care of your beard.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's really amazing.
So yeah, just a boatload of plants over here. So when people come to the nursery, do you encourage them to come out here, or do you want them to come to the office first? or-
Usually they stop at the front first.
Oh, okay.
But when they say, "Can I wander?" Like, oh, they have a good time.
Oh,
Because there's so much to see. You know, some of these plants, they need to be cleaned. Some of them, you know, the ladies are cleaning, but it takes time.
Okay,
This is such a cool plant.
I got to do a whole show with you on these things because they are so awesome. They're beautiful plants. It's important to have the support for
trellis,
them
yeah.
and trellis them up like this. And yeah, we'll get into
This
that.
variety, it's so delicious
Yeah?
and it's so easy to grow.
I've seen you had different
Yeah.
colors and flavors and everything.
Yes, sir.
Dragon fruit, by the way.
Yeah, dragon fruit. And
Yeah.
that particular one is red, it's big, and it's very delicious. See, there's so many succulents. If this was your garden here, very little water,
Mm-hmm.
and if there ever was a fire nearby, I guess we won't go through it.
You know, and you know what? This is one thing I want to remind everybody, let everybody know. There is no such a thing as a fireproof plant.
No.
There are only plants that are high in moisture that when a plant is used as a buffer, they are high in moisture content. It slows the fire
Yeah, it's
down.
a retardant, if you will.
It's more of a retardant. Now, the thing of it is this. People like to use California natives.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem with California natives. Not all of them, just some of them. And that is native plants, especially in the summertime, they go dormant.
Yeah.
And you'll lose leaves. And you ask yourself, how could that happen? Well, that's because that they are high in oils.
Yes.
And these oils are flammable. And this is why up in our mountains and up in our hills, we have these fires. It's like, well, there's no trees around.
Yeah.
How can things happen? Well, you have these low-lying brush that have the oils in there. So I was actually at a premier California native nursery one time. And I started talking to the people that were working there, and they had no idea that over half of their plants were
Fire hazard?
fire hazards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially sages.
Yeah.
Those sages, when I go hiking in the summer, you know, I like to just rub them
Oh,
because
they
there's so
smell
much oil on their
Yeah.
stems. And it looks like dead. They're completely dry. See, this is another plant that, man, I wish more people use it. They call it elephant plant, Portulacaria afra.
Yeah.
And African native, it's such a beautiful plant. Some people use them for bonsai, they bonsai them.
Yeah.
Some people do more like tree shape, but
Okay.
we don't have the personnel nor the time to work on that.
So you're going to want to get this one. You see this plant right here? Watch this, watch this, watch this. That's right, baby. I ate this plant. This one's bitter.
So he came
This right
to have
here-
salad today.
Yeah, so this right here is an edible plant. And in Africa, you'll have, what do you call it? Those big long neck things, giraffes. You'll have giraffes.
Oh wow, it's very tasty, soury.
Okay, it's very, it's very tasty. I was gonna say lemony, but it has a thing.
Soury, yeah.
Now the smaller ones, like I said, the newer growth you want to munch on.
Oh,
Isn't that nice?
oh my God! It seems like I'm going to be having salads today. Now all of a sudden, these plants increased its value.
Yeah.
Because now it's going to be sold as an edible plant. So that one right there, the one that is flowering, is also an edible plant, and this is a calancho or calanco. And you can just...
And there's a lot of moisture in this as well. Whew, look at that, almost looks like a succulent of some sort. Wow.
Some people don't like it because it has a lot of plantlets on the side of their leaves. In Spanish, they call it mala madre because they have a lot of babies here and they drop them, and it can be somewhat invasive. So there's hundreds of them.
They'll reseed themselves.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, but look at this beautiful flower.
Oh, the flowers are beautiful. So if you were to grow it in a container, you can enjoy the flowers. So avoid this. But this is gold.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Now I noticed that with your portulaca, you had a little itty bitty baby one someplace.
Yes, the miniature one.
The miniature, it goes even smaller than this. So this right here would be a dwarf variety.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Not completely dwarf, but this one here is completely dwarf. They call it Portulacaria nana.
Oh, that's the nana.
That's the nana. Now I'm intrigued.
Intrigued.
Oh, this is even stronger.
It is, huh?
Mm-hmm. But it's delicious.
Okay. So here's
delicious.
the dealio with a lot of these plants. You have to be careful when you eat them. And the reason you have to be careful when you eat them is because a lot of them become diuretics. And especially if you're not used to eating a lot of this stuff, like the portulaca over here. I don't know what's going to happen to your system.
It'll clean it.
Yeah, you would.
The worst that can happen is that it'll clean
Look
it.
at this guy. But the other thing is that you want to make sure also that whatever you are putting in your landscape, as whether it be for an edible landscape or whether it's for a fire-safe landscape, that you do your homework first, because we don't want you to all of a sudden have you munching down on that euphorbia plant because you had this right here. So understand what you have. That's so important to do that, and you're going to be better off. So we have more aloe over here. No, that's not aloe.
This is an agave.
It's agave.
It's
Look at
agave.
it.
There's Metiana.
And the agave, that's another thing. There's so many different varieties of agave.
Too many. This one variety. That's another variety. This is another variety. Watch it. Don't get poked.
Oh, I did. I got poked. Oh, I deserve that one. Especially.
Mr. Nick, please be careful. Here's another euphorbia. So some people use this.
This is a euphorbia?
It's a euphorbia. I don't remember what's the species, but this is a euphorbia, and of course it does have that sap, that latex, that it's also toxic for consumption. So do not eat this.
Well,
do not eat this.
There's a lot of euphorbias are actually known also to have a lot of spines on them as well. So you may think that they're edible, not edible, but cacti, but they're not cacti.
They're not. Some people use this on fences, like privacy fences, so nobody can jump over their property.
Over it.
Yeah.
So
But
these have,
it's just a beautiful plant. This one here is five sides.
And look how it's highlighted with the different coloration on there. Almost looks like a zipper. That's nice.
If you watch these plants closely, you're gonna see some patterns that are just amazing. Yeah, amazing. Like that aloe. This is another aloe that's called aloe. They call coral aloe, and this is the reason why they call it coral aloe. And the flowers are orange. Such a beautiful plant. It's a great landscaping plant. Usually when they plant this, they plant them in masses, like in medians or hillsides. Such an amazing plant.
Well, as always, my friend, it is so nice to see you. Thank you for letting me barge in on your plants over
Thank
here.
you for using this place for, for
sharing the green world to everybody.
There you go. Right. I ran out of words. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you very much, everybody. Hi, I'm Nick Federoff, and thank you for joining me here on Things Green, where I give you a wealth of information, whether it's gardening, sustainability, we could be talking about construction stuff, we've even been to airports. You just never know where we're going to end up, but I can guarantee you this much, we have information and ideas for you that you can use for your lifestyle, and at the very least, talk about it around the water cooler. That's me with me, Nick Federoff, here on Things Green.